What's good, fellas? Welcome to this presentation. The topic for today is she's interested in the guy that's not interested in her. All right. So what I mean by that is you don't want to show um, you don't want to show too much interest in a woman. And what I mean by that is you want to match her interest level, right? But you always want to be, you definitely don't want to be more interested in her than she is in you. That's a huge mistake. So you got to be able to communicate in a way. Here's what you want to communicate to a woman. To the best of your ability, you want to communicate that you want her, but you don't need her. And another way to put this is you want to communicate to her that you are in abundance. You are in abundance in the sense that you understand that there's one of you and there's plenty of her. Right? So you're the prize. Right? She needs you. You don't need her. That's the energy. That's the vibe. So the more you can communicate that, the more they'll start to show interest in you. Why? Because you're signaling to her on a DNA level that you are high value. If she has something wired in her to start going after the guy who's not really into her, because the challenge is she wants to get you into her. So essentially it's like she's attracted to an alpha male, and her goal subconsciously is to see if she can turn that alpha male into a beta male. So basically an alpha male is the kind of guy, he's out there, he's doing this shit, right? And women like him and he doesn't give a fuck or whatever. That's the vibe. And he gets women, but he doesn't have any women on a pedestal. So now these women, they see him and they're like, oh, let me see if I can get him, right? Like that's the game for them. They want to see if they can make that guy stop being an alpha male, stop having this abundance mindset, stop getting women, and start focusing on her. So the key to dealing with these women is like of course you have to show some interest. Like they have to know that you want to fuck them, or else they're just gonna think you're a pussy. But there's this element of, yes, I like you, yes, I'll fuck you, but you don't have me though. You don't have me. You can lose me at any second. You better keep me interested. Like she needs to keep you interested, right? Because you got to have this mentality like, yo, if she fucks up, there's plenty of other girls like her, right? Because we got to understand, what is her value? Her value is replication value, right? But replication value basically means she has a pussy. But we got to understand, there's 7 billion people in the world. That means there's a bunch of other women who have a pussy. Right? So we have to keep that in mind. It's not that her pussy's not this amazing thing. It's only this amazing thing to the guys who can't get pussy. Right? So you want to become a guy who gets pussy. So you want to focus on abundance. Never get locked in, zeroed in on one girl. Don't get locked in, zeroed in on one girl. That's a mistake. Because first of all, she's not even, when you show a girl too much interest and you focus in on her and shit like that, she's going to play hard to get because she sees that she already has you. It's too easy. It's too easy. So you want to have an abundance mindset, man. You want to be talking to multiple girls, and then whichever girls get your attention, you show them a little attention, but make sure they are showing more interest than you are. If you start to show interest and they're not matching your interest, pull back. Pull back. Right? These guys, they fuck up. Like, they'll show interest and the girl's not liking them, so they're like, okay, I need to push more. I need to show her I love her more. No, don't do that. You're going to because she's going to start going, you're going to start pushing her away the more interest you show. You need to be showing less interest than she is because you are the prize. There's one of you and there's plenty of her, and that's the mentality. And, you know, some guys might say, oh, no, we're the same. Women and men are equal, blah, blah, blah. No, that shit doesn't work. If you apply that mindset to women, they're going to step into the masculine role, right? They're going to step into the alpha role because they're going to see that you're afraid of them. If she feels like you're afraid to lose her and you value her so much or whatever, subconsciously, whether she wants to or not, she's wired to find the guy who is a challenge, the guy who she can't really get under wraps. Like that's what interests her. That's what gets her attention. Right? So we have to be that guy, but we just got to be smart about it. Like, because if you're too if you play too like cool, like you don't show any interest at all, then she's gonna be like, okay, he doesn't like me, right? So it's like you have to find this balance. That's why you got to talk to a lot of women, you know, have experiences, man. Go out, do some cold approach, go and get some shit going, so you can really start to see the patterns of female nature, of what they're into, how they respond to you, right? Because we're dealing with attraction here. Attraction is an emotional thing, right? So we just got to understand where you need to trigger the right emotions, right? And we need to trigger in her, hey, you're dealing with an alpha male. You're dealing with a man who is in demand. You have to demonstrate that you're in demand. You can't make it seem like, oh, you're the only one and I'm all about you and no other girl will ever get me. No, 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 no. That's not going to get the girl. I'm telling you right now. Right? Because that's not going to speak to her DNA. Her DNA is seeking the highest value man that she can get. But it's the behavior. It's the behavior. It's perception based, because we've all seen women get with guys who don't really have that much value, in the sense of they might be broke and shit like that, but they communicate in a way of high value. They communicate like they're the shit. They communicate like they have great confidence. They got big balls, no homo, right? They're super grounded in their masculinity. They say whatever the fuck they want, right? The dude could be broke, he could be ugly, he could be all these things, but if he's communicating he's communicating high value, he's communicating alpha, she's gonna be drawn in his direction, and she can't help it, because it's emotional. It's not logical, right? It's when we're hit with an emotion, it's like there's nothing you can do with it. You feel the emotion is strong. When a girl shows up with a fat ass and nice tits and she looks good, you feel it. But we as men, we gotta learn how to be disciplined and learn how to control our emotions, because that's what the woman is attracted to. She's attracted to the guy that she can't control emotionally, because he becomes a challenge. He becomes a challenge. So even when you approach these girls, that's why I talk about grounded masculinity. That's what grounded masculinity means. It means you will not react to her beauty, to her whatever. She's going to try to manipulate you with emotions and stuff like that. It's not a bad thing. That's just her nature. That's just the game. That's male and female energy. That's how it interacts. Female energy brings chaos to the male energy. The male energy is supposed to bring the order to the chaos, right? So key thing here, man, is just understand you don't want to show too much interest in women. Like, obviously you need to show some interest, or else they're just gonna think you're gay or you're not interested at all, right? But just pay attention, gauge it. You don't want to find yourself showing more interest than her, because as I said, that's going to turn her off. She's going to feel like she already has you, right? So she's going to look for the next shiny object. So you want to make it seem like she does kind of have your interest, but not really. That's the game. It's like you're dangling the yarn ball in front of the cat. You make it think that it has it, but then you pull it back, and then you pull, you know what I mean? So it's that game. That's the game you got to play. But it's fun. Like, that's how it should be. Basically, if you're always evolving, that's going to happen naturally, right? Because some of you maybe be like, I don't want to play games all day. You don't have to play games. Just constantly evolve, because what's going to happen, if you're constantly evolving, constantly growing, constantly raising your value, you're actually going to start attracting more women as as the days go. So she's going to become less interesting to you naturally if you're constantly evolving. But if you stay complacent, then you're not gonna get women or whatever. You're just gonna stay in the same condition, and so your attraction to her is either gonna stay the same or it might increase if you don't feel like you're able to get women. That's why, when I say abundance, go and create the abundance for real, because when you're in abundance, you're in a whole different mentality. You're gonna talk to women differently. When you know without a doubt that you can easily replace her, you're gonna have a different way of speaking, a different way of communicating, and your tolerance for certain things is gonna be different. Versus the guy who literally has no options, right? This is the only girl that's showing any interest. He's gonna be all over her, and he's not gonna be able to help it, because he's like, man, this is my only opportunity, You know, but that's gonna push her away. You're not gonna get her. Right? So we just gotta understand, man, we gotta understand female nature, because once you understand female nature, you can play the game properly and you won't be miserable and confused and what the fuck's going on here. You don't want to be too available, man. You want to be you want to demonstrate that you are in demand. Demonstrate that you are in demand. And lots of women want you. Okay, that's the vibe. Okay? So that's the advice for today. If you're interested in working together, you want to become the most attractive version of yourself, you want to become a sexy beast, you want to improve your archetype, you want to improve your communication, you want to become more confident, more grounded in your masculinity, more authentic in your expression, more of a leader, more of an alpha male, or even if you're not necessarily trying to be an alpha male, but you just want to communicate in a more attractive way, I can help you with that, without a doubt. I have a one-on-one coaching program. It's 8 weeks long. We jump on a call each week. I give you action steps that's going to help you improve in regards to your dating life. You know, I'm going to help you to get out there. You know, I believe in cold approach. I believe in you going out and talking to women. And I'm going to show you how to do that effectively. And I'm going to show you how to improve your archetype, how to become more attractive. So when you go out and talk to women, you can actually experience some results. Okay? The program's $9.97. It's an 8-week program. And it's us working one-on-one, and we're jumping on calls every single week. So I'm helping you, giving you feedback, guidance, accountability, everything you need to become a sexy beast. All right, so if you're interested, hit me up for the details, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.